Okay, I'm standing here with Jacob Sofer from Metrosuite, and Jacob's company, Metrosuite, builds these awesome modular garden suite accessory dwelling units that you literally just put into a backyard. It's already pre-built. So Jacob is gonna walk us through this product here, everything it has to offer, and show us what this cool thing is all about.
Hi guys, thanks so much for coming by. I'm very excited to show what our team is doing here at Metrosuite. This is the Metrosuite 1. It is our 20 feet wide by 24 feet long one-bedroom home, and it is used for garden suites across the city of Toronto, the Greater Golden Horseshoe in Ontario, and we're really proud to show you what's inside. So we are in the kitchen of the Metrosuite 1. As you can see, we try to make the space as big as possible. The ceiling height at the front here is just under 10 feet, and we have lots of storage, which we're super proud of, and that's definitely by customer demand. Customers really want storage, and so we responded. So these cabinets are Tafisa product, which is the industry standard. This is our light gray tone. It has a little bit of texture, so you can, it makes it a little more interesting. The countertops are Corian countertops as standard in all of our homes. We did do a countertop backsplash combo, which was really nice, and also what customers were really asking for. They wanted to make the backsplash quite interesting, and we're really happy with it. The appliances, so everything in the kitchen is actually included, including the appliances, not including the books and whatnot. But the appliances are all Frigidaire as standard. So Frigidaire microwave with the vent, the stove, also Frigidaire, and a dishwasher here as well. The Frigidaire refrigerator is quite large, so it's a dual refrigerator and freezer, and as you can see, it's got enough space for two people, maybe three. We went with a Blanco granite. If you want to take a look here, we went with a black granite sink. So a nice wide 24-inch, I believe, and a Moen faucet. So we're excited about that. The living room area is quite large, actually. We did go with a 55-inch, I believe, TV, and a nice wooden Acadia wood from, I think from Structube, this piece. So this space is really quite large, and it allows for sort of a flex area.
Jacob, do these pieces come with the garden suite?
This is just for staging.
Okay.
But the home includes everything except for the furniture. So as mentioned, all the appliances, the sink, the countertops, everything, this flooring. So it really comes included. Now also, our homes do come as standard with a Google Nest thermostat, and at the front there was a doorbell, Google Nest doorbell, so that's a standard. So moving back here, we have the bedroom. So the bedroom is quite large. This is a queen size bed, so it is fairly large. We have two nightstands. Our interior designer did a really good job. There is a lot of space, and we have this nice big closet here for two people. Again, storage was a big thing. Here, let me open so you can see. Storage was a really big thing for our homeowners. As you can see here, there's also plenty of storage here. And then we also do have two mini splits within the home. So the home is completely powered by electricity. So these are powered by our ERV system, which is in our mechanical room. and so there's plenty of air to make sure that you're sort of cozy in the winter and cool in the summer. We go here into our bathroom. Everything in here is standard, obviously, except for the staging items. We have a floating vanity, so floating vanity with a vessel Kraus sink and a vessel faucet from Moen. We do have some extra storage in here, so this is for medicine and for small items. We went with American Standard for the toilet, obviously not in use, and we opted to go based off customer feedback with a walk-in shower. So this shower has Moen faucet, the Moen head, and Moen gear all around, as well as a ledge for shower goods. Finally, we are into the mechanical room. So it is a big space for the size of the home. We can fit in here a full-size washer dryer. So this is included as well in the home. We have some space for laundry and different items. This would be your ERV system, so for the mini splits in the bedroom and kitchen. And then we have the tankless water heater, so it's quite energy efficient.
Now you're allowed to begin.
So we're in the front, and one thing that was really important to our customers and homeowners was having as much natural light as possible into the suite. So for our Metrosuite 1 home, which is what we're standing in right now, we opted for 4 transom windows, which brings in lots of light from the sky, as well as 2 big windows that can be opened and a nice sized exterior entrance door. So that's great. The flooring is a luxury vinyl flooring, also included as standard in the home. We have beautiful siding here. So this is actually called Mabec Canexel. It's an engineered wood. What we were hearing from our customers is that they didn't want a cottage look, but they also didn't want to feel like that they're right in the city. So we did opt for a nice engineered wood. In this case, this is gray. I believe it's called Timber Wolf. So this is a great siding that has been very, very popular. And we'll just show you the side briefly of the house. So as you can see from the inside, the house has an angular roof, and it has a really nice strip. This is called a Nobilia wood strip. Totally aesthetic and just decorative, but it adds a nice touch. The final note, the roof is a membrane. So when we were designing the home, we were weighing different options of materials for the roofing. We did consider metal, but metal, it makes a loud clanging sound when there's rain, and so for our customer's sake, we really just wanted to have something that was simple, was easy to fix, and so that's what we chose.
Okay, so Jacob, how did Metrosuite come about?
So Metrosuite is a subsidiary of the TVM company, which is a large real estate developer throughout Ontario. We were really interested, I was really interested when we started this in modular construction. There was a really big McKinsey report that came out, I think it was in pre-pandemic, about 2018, 2019, that talked about how modular construction was going to change construction forever.
What's the definition of modular construction?
Modular construction, so prefab is the overarching sort of layer of this new type of construction. And then under this, there's different subsects. So panelized construction is one way, which is where you build essentially a home out of walls, and then you flat pack them from the factory and send it to the site to be built. And then there's modular, which is what we just walked through, which is buildings and homes being built out of modules or rooms. So that's what modular is. And we were looking for a way to incorporate modular construction in Ontario, and garden suites had just come about in early 2022, and so this was a really sort of unique marriage that happened, and we haven't looked back ever since.
So you guys are just based in Ontario right now?
Right now, we are. BC is doing a lot of interesting things, Alberta as well. It's really where the customer pulls us. So we're really data focused, and wherever the data is saying that we go, we go.
Yeah. Okay, so how would somebody know if their property qualifies for a garden suite?
So someone would, through our website, they can connect with us, and one of our representatives will respond back. We actually do all of that internally, so we are very well versed in the bylaws of most municipalities in the Greater Golden Horseshoe, and we would respond with that information if they're eligible. They can also look up bylaws themselves to determine that, but we try and offer a lending hand as much as possible with that.
Okay, and then so you're approved for a garden suite, you can build it. What's the process then working with your company?
So the way that it works is someone would express an interest, and then we would review their property to see if it's eligible for a garden suite.
So you're going on site to check it out?
No, so we actually can do this all over the internet, so online, which is really great. There's a lot of tools that cities offer, like GIS data mapping software and whatnot. So we do that due diligence first. Then they would either schedule a call with one of our team members or come into the showroom to see the model home. At that point, once they've selected the product and the design package, we would go out to their site to verify, if there's any trees, any additional demo work, sort of that sort of nature. And then once we've confirmed that, we would sign an agreement.
Okay. Do you have to make a deposit once you've selected something?
Yes. So the way that our deposit schedule works is we're an HCRA licensed company, so we offer a Tarion warranty. So under Tarion, $60,000 is covered as insured. I think it's $60,000 is the insured amount for deposit monies. So we take a $60,000 deposit on signing, and then when the home is ready for pre-transport, we would then take the remaining amounts that are owed. So the purchase price minus $60,000, that amount would be held in trust with a lawyer, and then the home would be delivered and installed, and the amounts would be released upon occupancy certificate, I think is in our agreement.
Okay, so how many products do you guys have, and how much does each one cost?
Great question. We have 2 homes right now. We have a Metrosuite 1, which is the home we went through, and the Metrosuite 2. The 1 is for a 1-bedroom, and the 2 is for a 2. So very simple, very clean, and that's our portfolio right now.
Okay, and the cost of each one?
The cost, so the way that we work, we are very transparent with pricing, and we really make an effort to be so. So all the information that I'm saying is publicly available and on our website. The way that it works is that we charge a fixed price, so it's not an estimate, and it includes everything in the project. So the home itself, its delivery, its craning, all of the site work, so foundation, utility connections, trenching, anything of that nature. So everything to get you keys in hand with the home installed and appliances delivered, installed as well. The price, all included for the Metrosuite 1 is $355,000, and the Metrosuite 2 is $389,000.
Okay. It almost seems like a no-brainer to go for the 2-bedroom option for that small of a price difference. Do you find that is that what most people are doing?
Well, for your clientele, which might be more investors, definitely it from a math perspective, it makes much more sense. But we do also cater to multi-generational living folks who are looking just for that one bedroom. So we're trying to accommodate different segments of customers.
Yeah. Can you get financing options with these products?
So financing is a tricky question. The banks are coming around really quickly. It's a very big opportunity for them, this whole ADU business. But right now, folks are financing these projects either through cash or through, more popularly, a home equity line of credit, or HELOC, which, just to explain to your viewers, is a line of credit on a residence that you may have, typically a primary one.
Okay, so people are kind of self-financing these?
At this point, yes.
Okay.
It would be great for banks to introduce these products, but that's beyond both of us.
Yeah.
At this
Now,
point.
utility connections, are they separated and separate meters from the main house, the main structure?
So each municipality is different. I would just speak to Toronto as an example. The utilities have to be connected, I believe, according to the bylaw, directly to the main home, but they can be separately metered, which is good for folks that have different tenants and different dwellings so that they can keep track of the utilities.
Is that something you guys would do? Or
We do all of that. We do
Okay.
all of that. And that would also be, that would be included as well.
Do you have to get permits for these projects, and what's the process around permits?
So we take care of that process completely in-house. So the customer doesn't have to worry about getting permits on their own or anything like that. And that's all included as well. That work is included in the costs that I had mentioned. So specifically, let's just say the City of Toronto, we would contact the city, collect all the information we need from the homeowner, and get the building permit to start.
Okay, so if you're a homeowner, you're buying one of these, aside from maybe coming out to the showroom and selecting which ones they want and then putting the deposit down, what else is required from the homeowner in this process?
So we require several documents. One, proof of ownership of the home. We do require a letter from your bank saying that you're able to finance the amounts owed. And then we also, which would be very helpful, would require a survey if the homeowner has, and any other documents that would help with the building permit process.
Okay. In terms of the product options, you have the one bedroom, the two bedroom. Can you customize any of the features inside the home or have different design options?
So, great question. We do have, the floor plans are fixed, but we do have different design packages that were curated by our interior designer. So folks do have some optionality that way. The only thing that is an upgrade in the house is for the house project is a deck. Everything else is included as standard in the home as you saw it, which is what customers seem to want, which we're happy to provide.
Okay. And how long does the entire process take from putting a deposit down to having you guys build it and then install it in the backyard?
The age-old question of construction project time.
Yeah.
We are confident to anchor our time estimations from receiving a building permit. So from a building permit, getting a building permit, we estimate for as little as 4 to 6 months. So once we get the building permit in hand and now we have control of the project, largely, 4 to 6 months to getting the home installed on your property.
Okay, and how are you actually placing it in the property?
One last thing, the 4 to 6 months is actually, the timing is a particular point I just want to mention a few things on. One, that is a very quick time frame compared to traditional construction, which could be over 12 months. So it's very fast, and that's not us specific, that's modular construction, because we can achieve that quick time frame since the home is built in the factory at the same time as the site work is done. So they're done concurrently. Whereas design builders or traditional construction, they've got to do, one process after the other. So that's big. The second thing is that for the timing question, we actually only require about 3 to maybe 6 weeks of site work. So actually being physically on the property and disrupting, that person's, situation. So 3 to 6 weeks. So that would include foundation, utility connections, and getting ready for delivery. So it is not that much time, which is what we are hoping for our customers.
Okay. And you're using a crane to actually deposit the pre-built structure into the backyard?
That's right. So how it works is the home is delivered in 2 modules for both our home products. And each module comes on a truck, a flatbed truck, and there's a crane waiting on site, and the crane picks up each module and lifts it about maybe 100 feet in the air over the main home, sort of like a fiberglass pool, and then drops it onto the foundation. And then there's some finishing work between the 2 modules. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's cool. So then who would you recommend a modular ADU or garden suite product like this one for versus maybe going the traditional route and having builders come and just completely build the garden suite in the backyard?
Well, I think if I'm to step into the shoes of a homeowner, if I'm looking for a highly bespoke, luxury, custom product where I'm choosing everything down to the nails that's holding up the cabinets, that's not us. We're trying to offer a product that is low cost relative to our peers, as well as, and most importantly, good value. So the quality of the product and the delivery or customer service and pricing. So something that is low fuss and that can be delivered fairly quickly at a really good value proposition to customers. That's what we're offering.
Okay. And how does your pricing compare to the traditional route of building your own garden suite? I guess it depends so much on what features you go with. So one, that, and then 2, how does it compare with maybe other modular companies who might be out there in Ontario doing this as well?
Well, I think the first thing that seems to be very important, and we're very heads down driven by data. So we're really looking at the facts to see, what is actually happening versus a gut feeling. There are a lot of homeowners who have had really bad experiences with contractors and with builders who are shoddy. They say they can do it for really low, but they don't fulfill. We are real. Our parent company is real. It has built, it's now onto its 3rd or 4th condominium building and owns and manages about 1,000 apartments. It's called the TVM Group. So we're real, and we will fulfill on projects. In terms of actual price comparison, very difficult. We know our competitors and we know the market pricing, and we believe that we offer very good value for what you get. But again, highly geographic specific, highly finish specific, and the name of the builder is also affects the pricing too.
Okay. What are your clients typically buying these for? Is it for rental purposes? Is it for multi-generational living? What have you seen the most demand from?
We have seen mostly multi-generational at this point in time. We have seen investors who are making inroads with us that are very interested for their homes. I think it's dependent on the interest rate cycle. 2022 rates were going up steadily, and investors seem to be a little bit spooked by that. But things are starting to change now. Rates have stabilized, inflation seems to be stabilizing, and so investors are starting to come back into the fold. From an investor's perspective, it's really interesting because you already own the land. So if you own a single family home, you could buy a condominium building and try and rent it out, but the number is barely pencil out, if at all, in this market. Or you can develop on land you already own, and essentially you're just paying for the construction costs. So it's a really unique proposition, the whole garden suite offering for investors.
So what are some specific benefits that investors could consider when working with this type of product?
So there's really three things that come to mind, and this isn't specific to Metrosuite, but just something that your audience should know. The first thing, and this is City of Toronto specific, and other cities are following suit in a lot of cases. Development charges are deferred for 20 years and then waived so long as you don't try and sever your property. And development charges, I think they just raised it 49% last year. It's close to $100,000, so that's $100,000 in savings for development charges. That's huge, because that definitely helps in pro formas. The second thing is taxes. So, and I would caution your audience, I'm not a tax accountant. I would caution them to speak with their accountant. But we have heard folks who are getting up to, I think, just over $20,000, maybe $24,000 back in HST from the federal government on these purchases. So that's also helpful. And also, these units are not subject to rent control because they're built post-November 15, 2018, which means that, that they can be raised by the annual market rate, should the investor choose. And I just read somewhere by Altus, or one of the data providers, that rental rates have gone up about 20% year over year. So,
yeah, that's huge. This seems like a very cool product, what you guys are building. It's needed, it's necessary. There's going to be more and more legislation coming down the pipeline, allowing for further densification. So this type of solution seems really promising for helping the housing crisis here. Is there anything that you want to leave our audience with? Anything else?
I just want to say thank you to Rockstar very much for coming by. We are huge fans of your brokerage, and we hope to work together in the future soon.
Yeah, awesome, man.